city that's bold, booming, creative and quirky. So where am I? Welcome to Batumi, the pearl of the Black Sea. The name Batumi is derived from the ancient Greek phrase for deep harbour. Now, every powerful empire likes to get its hands on deep harbours, and over a period of more than 2,000 years, Batumi has seen many empires pass through: Greek, Roman, Ottoman, Russian, British and Soviet. Quite the list. Indeed, the Ottoman Empire clung onto the port well into the 20th century, and Batumi could so easily have become Turkish. But history drew the new boundary between the Russian and Ottoman empires to the south of the city, and the independent nation of Georgia now stakes claim to the deep harbour and, crucially, also the end of the oil pipeline from Azerbaijan. From 1921 to the collapse of the Soviet Union, Batumi became the capital of the Autonomous Republic of Adjaristan, part of the Georgian Soviet Socialist Republic, but with a large Muslim population. Not surprisingly, Batumi was a very popular resort during the era of the Soviet Union, and I would bet that every single one of those tourists had their photo taken here, with the famous Batumi octopus. After Georgia gained independence in 1991, Adjara retained its status as an autonomous region and became a semi-independent republic within the country. Since the early 21st century, international investors have poured into Batumi, transforming it into a modern resort with a number of glitzy casinos. The internet is full of adverts promoting Batumi's real estate investment potential. The skyline has already changed dramatically in the last 10 years. In the taxi from the airport, I asked my driver who is buying all of these apartments, and he told me Russians, Turks, Iranians, Israelis, everybody. Now, some of the promised rental returns appear a little too good to be true. So if you're thinking of investing in real estate here in Batumi, then I say take independent advice. Investors will be keeping a close eye on Georgia's political situation. And I hope that planners are also keeping an eye on the new development, as Batumi has a rich architectural history that needs to be preserved. Does the pearl of the Black Sea really want to become a Georgian Las Vegas? Given Georgia's famous gastronomy, it would be foolish to eat at McDonalds. But in Batumi you can make an exception, because this is a very special McDonald's. Designed by architect Georgi Kamaladze, the glass structure resembles a spaceship ready for takeoff. Technically, it's called a polyhedronal structure, encased in a cantilevered glass shell, and it was awarded the best commercial building of 2014 by the architecture website Art Daily. Remarkable for a fast food outlet, but then again, Batumi has become a bit of a playground for architects. Have you ever seen a Ferris wheel incorporated into a tower? When the Technological University Tower was completed in 2012, it was the first building ever to include such a crazy feature built into the facade. In a windy location, in an earthquake zone, it presented a massive challenge to the builders and engineers. Too much of a challenge as it happened. It has never taken a paying passenger. Another unique building is the Alphabet Tower. Let me explain the symbology. The Georgian language and script is seen as the very DNA of the nation. Hence, this represents the alphabet on a DNA helix. Clever, isn't it? Close by, in 2010, the most famous monument of Batumi was unveiled, Ali and Nino, and it's since become Batumi's iconic landmark. The Ali and Nino story is similar to Romeo and Juliet, but the doomed romance is between a Georgian and an Azeri. As the sculpture turns, love brings them together, and then love tears them apart. Now, I couldn't leave Batumi without trying Adjarian khachapuri. Basically, it's a boat-shaped khachapuri, a traditional Georgian dish made with cheese, butter and an egg yolk in the middle. A cholesterol nightmare, but absolutely delicious. The Argo Cable Car has recently celebrated its first decade in operation. It takes passengers from the harbour side to Anuria Mountain and is named after the vessel that brought Jason and the Argonauts to these shores in search of Medea and the golden fleece of the Turkish Empire.
But did Jason come here? In fact, did Jason really exist? Who cares? We all love a great legend.
I didn't find a statue of Jason, but you can't miss Medea standing high on her column in the centre of the city. Batumi seems to be betting its future on high-rises and casinos. But what I've enjoyed the most is strolling the quiet tree-lined streets, enjoying the cafes and those Black Sea sunsets. Many things are going to change in Batumi over the coming years, but thankfully some things will forever stay the same.